If you're truly committed to achieving real success, the very first move you need to make is breaking the habit of constantly watching what everyone else is doing. It's all too simple to fall into the trap of comparing their victories, their way of living, their speed of progress, and then questioning why you haven't reached that level yet. But every single moment you spend gazing outward is a moment you're not investing in constructing what truly belongs to you. The reality is that paying attention to others only breeds distraction, while directing your energy toward yourself generates real direction. When you quit trying to match their schedule and instead commit to showing up consistently for your own, everything starts to shift dramatically. Success never arrives through comparison. It arrives through clarity, through discipline, and through consistently performing the work that genuinely advances you in the next few minutes. I'll reveal the internal changes that distinguish people who fixate on others from those who concentrate completely on themselves. You'll discover practical ways to end the comparison game, how to quiet the constant chatter of external opinions, and how to train your thinking to remain locked on your personal path, even when temptations and distractions are all around you. Picture this for a second. You are positioned right at the absolute center of your own universe. Everything that occurs around you, every outcome you want to create, every dream you carry inside, it all starts with you. This isn't just a nice analogy, it's a profound reality, arguably the most transformative truth you'll ever grasp. Your life will develop precisely according to how you direct it, provided you first take full command inside your own mind. I've devoted years to examining the thinking patterns of the planet's most accomplished individuals, industrial leaders, inventors, presidents, and great thinkers, and every single one of them, without fail, launched their rise to extraordinary achievement not with money, not with connections, but with a clear, definite purpose and an unshakable faith in their own capabilities. They each chose to become the undisputed masters of their destiny. Take Andrew Carnegie, for instance, a man born into extreme poverty in a tiny one-room cottage in Scotland. When he arrived in America, he possessed no money, no influential relatives, and no proper schooling. What he did possess was an intense, burning vision, a drive so powerful that no external hardship could put it out. Mr. Carnegie grasped something that escapes so many people. The biggest obstacles in life aren't the ones the world throws at us, but the ones we silently accept inside our own minds. He refused to spend his energy sizing himself up against others. He didn't envy the wealth of those who'd come before him, nor did he feel small next to people who appeared better educated, more seasoned, or more fortunate. Instead, he turned inward. He examined himself deeply, he gained control over his thoughts, and he channeled every bit of his mental and physical strength into the vision he'd selected. He stood firmly at the center of his own universe and demanded that the world align with his determination. This is the core lesson I strongly encourage you to adopt. Stop glancing sideways. Your neighbor's accomplishments have zero bearing on your own potential. The promotions your co-workers receive, the milestones your friends hit, the awards others collect, these aren't your guiding markers. You aren't on this earth to replicate someone else's dream. You're here to awaken and pursue your own. Each time you measure your advancement against another person's, you surrender a fragment of your own strength. You relocate the center of your universe outside yourself, and once your attention drifts away from your inner world, your thoughts scatter, your actions turn reactive, and your outcomes become unpredictable. Do you recognize how harmful that can be? You have to reclaim full authority over your mind. You must hold the absolute conviction that your ideas, your principles, and your ambitions are vitally important. They matter far more than anyone else's opinions, far more than temporary results, far more than any fears or doubts you might harbor. When you start operating from this centered place, life ceases to happen to you and begins happening for you. Your thinking gains sharpness, your vision becomes crystal clear, your actions line up with real purpose, and the universe, in its strange and mysterious way, starts to cooperate. All profound change originates inside. All true success is first formed in the invisible domain of thought. Before the towering building goes up, the detailed blueprint is drawn. Before the massive fortune is built, the bold vision is shaped. Before the individual becomes influential, he first becomes disciplined in his thinking. So I ask you directly, what vision do you carry inside? What idea burns so intensely in your heart that you simply can't release it? Don't wonder if it's realistic. Ask if it's genuinely yours. Because if it truly is, then you need to stop seeking approval, stop hunting for perfect signs, stop comparing, hesitating, or doubting. Grab control of your inner world. Declare yourself the undisputed master of your fate. You aren't here to copy others. You're here to create something original. Keep this in mind. The greatest figures in history rose not because they followed the crowd, but because they listened to their own inner guidance. You have that same inner voice. It has never abandoned you. It's patiently waiting for you to pay attention. Stand tall, turn your gaze inward, and begin constructing the life that only you are meant to live. You are the true center of your universe. Never lose sight of that. The critical role of self-belief. Across all of history, the individuals who reached the greatest heights, who left permanent impressions on humanity, all possessed one remarkable trait, and rock-solid belief in themselves. This wasn't arrogance or inflated ego. It was a deep inner certainty, a firm knowledge that their vision deserved to be chased regardless of the price, the opposition, or the setbacks. Thomas Edison exemplified this perfectly. He failed over 10,000 times before finally inventing the practical electric light bulb. Most people would have given up long before. They would have declared it impossible, pointed to their exhaustion and wasted years, and decided success just wasn't in the cards for them. But not Mr. Edison. He had cultivated something essential that every major achiever needs: belief in the value of his own idea. Mr. Edison didn't gauge his worth by those who quit. He didn't complain about how long it was taking him when others seemed to succeed faster. He grasped a truth that few ever do. Failure isn't a permanent judgment. It's valuable information. Every unsuccessful try brought him nearer to mastery, added another piece to the puzzle, refined the dream further. This is the mindset you need to adopt. You also carry a seed of greatness inside you. It's waiting quietly for you to believe in it, to act on it, to nourish it with steady persistence, strict discipline, and real courage. But above everything, it waits for your unwavering belief. Belief isn't some rare luxury reserved for a select few. It's the bedrock on which all meaningful progress rests. Without it, ideas stay mere wishes. Without it, goals remain distant fantasies. Without it, your finest abilities go wasted, and your most brilliant dreams slowly fade into regret. Recognize this. Doubts and fears aren't proof of weakness. They're normal parts of any worthwhile journey. Every person who's ever accomplished something significant has traveled through periods of deep uncertainty. But they kept advancing. They didn't let fear take the wheel. They refused to surrender control to self-doubt. Instead, they strengthened their belief like an impenetrable fortress. They repeated their vision until it felt like undeniable truth. They stood by their dream even when nobody else would. So I ask you plainly, what do you truly believe about yourself? Do you believe you're capable of far more? Do you believe your dreams are legitimate, that your efforts carry weight, that your ideas deserve to be pursued? If yes, then live accordingly. Speak like someone who believes. Walk like someone who believes. Plan, think, move, and build like someone who already knows success belongs to them, as long as they never release their grip. You can't wait for the outside world to confirm your worth. That's a losing strategy. True validation starts inside, the instant you choose to believe in your own strength, your unique path, your genuine possibilities. You start drawing success toward you. The right people, opportunities, ideas, and resources begin showing up, not by random luck, but by natural cause and effect. This is the hidden truth. The great ones understood. Belief isn't a fleeting emotion. It's a deliberate choice. You make it every day, every hour, moment by moment. And the more often you choose belief, the stronger and more unstoppable you grow. You begin uncovering just how immense your potential really is. Believe in yourself not someday or when conditions feel ideal, but right now. Everything you're seeking is waiting on the other side of that belief. Open the door, walk through, and let the world witness the force of a mind that truly believes. Goal setting and crystal clear vision. Imagine trying to cross a massive ocean without any compass. Winds change direction, waves push you unpredictably, and every move becomes a mere reaction to whatever happens next. There's no real control, no true direction, just aimless drifting. That's exactly how countless people live, without defined goals, simply reacting to whatever life throws at them, instead of steering it. But the true builders of empires and lasting legacies operated differently. They followed one unbreakable rule: decide exactly where you're headed before you ever start the trip. Walt Disney's name echoes around the world as a beacon of imagination and magic, yet few recall how often he was turned away before success arrived. He was let go from a newspaper job for supposedly lacking creativity. He endured bankruptcies, betrayals, and endless rejections. Yet through all of it, Mr. Disney held tight to one thing with fierce determination and absolutely clear vision. He knew precisely what he wanted to create. He could see it vividly in his mind long before anyone else thought it feasible, and that clarity served as his unwavering guide. Here's the key lesson. Clarity generates real power. When you know exactly what you want, you direct the entire strength of your mind toward it. You start viewing the world differently, spotting opportunities you once missed, brushing aside distractions, channeling your energy exactly where it counts. Vague wishes produce vague outcomes, but a precise goal, written down, reviewed every day, chased with commitment, becomes an unstoppable force. It turns into a binding agreement between you and your future self. So ask yourself seriously, where are you actually going? This isn't a casual question. It requires honest reflection, quiet thinking, real introspection. You have to get completely clear on what you genuinely desire, not what society expects, not what fear permits, but what stirs you at your deepest level. Is it financial freedom, mastery of your chosen field, true independence, impactful contribution, a lasting legacy? Whatever it is, put it in writing. Don't leave it as a vague thought. Thoughts vanish quickly. Written goals become solid anchors that remind you of your identity and direction. Review them daily. Say them out loud. Let them burn so vividly in your mind that nothing can dim them. Let every choice you make either advance that goal or be rejected if it pulls you away. Clarity brings sharp focus. Focus creates momentum. Momentum lets you move massive obstacles. Don't fear aiming huge, fear having no aim at all. The real tragedy isn't shooting high and falling short, it's aiming low and actually hitting it. Successful people aren't simply lucky, they're deeply intentional. They move with clear purpose. They don't scatter energy across dozens of directions. They flow like a powerful river, strong, steady, impossible to stop, because they have true direction. You must do the same. Define your goals clearly. Make them specific, measurable, so vivid that even in dark moments of doubt, you can read them and reconnect with your why. Let them serve as your North Stars on the toughest nights, bringing order to chaos, discipline to daily actions, certainty to every decision. A person without goals is like a ship with no rudder, vulnerable to every breeze, every storm. But a person with clear goals becomes a creator, a builder, a true conqueror of their destiny. Clarity isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you develop. Practice it, strengthen it, live by it, and soon you'll look back not with regret, but with deep pride, because you know exactly where you were headed, and you arrived. Resilience and the strength of persistence. When people think of Abraham Lincoln, they picture one of history's most admired leaders. But long before he occupied the nation's highest office, Mr. Lincoln traveled a road filled with defeat, rejection, and heartbreak. He lost numerous elections, failed in business, and suffered profound personal losses. By ordinary standards, he had every excuse to break, yet he refused to quit. Why? Because Mr. Lincoln understood a truth most ignore: failure doesn't define you, persistence does. He wouldn't allow setbacks to write his ending. He viewed each loss not as a permanent stop, but as a temporary detour. He treated every disappointment as a chance to grow, reflect, and return even stronger. That relentless forward drive, that unbreakable spirit, is what turned a man battered by circumstances into an eternal leader. The same truth applies directly to you. The path to real greatness isn't smooth or comfortable. It's rough, unpredictable, often harsh. But hidden inside those difficulties is a powerful secret. Those very trials are the training grounds where your future strength is forged. When obstacles appear, as they always will, you face a clear choice: retreat or rise. You can let difficulties crush your determination, or you can let them shape unbreakable character. Those who reach true greatness aren't the ones who dodge hardship, they're the ones who push through it. Setbacks aren't proof you're on the wrong road, they're evidence you're on a road worth traveling. Every challenge teaches, every failure sharpens, every stumble builds deeper resilience. Resilience isn't an inborn gift, it's constructed through experience. It's hammered out in moments of adversity, when every part of you wants to give up, but a stronger voice inside says, keep moving. And when you do keep moving, press ahead. Despite fear, doubt, or pain, something incredible occurs. You become stronger not just in what you do, but in what you believe about yourself. You realize you're capable of far more than you ever thought. You see that pain passes, but real progress lasts. Think of every iconic figure: Lincoln, Edison, Mandela, Roosevelt. Each walked through intense trials. Each was told they couldn't succeed. Each failed many times. But they persisted. And because they persisted, they became more than successful. They became living proof of what's possible when someone simply refuses to quit. Now look inside and ask, what will ultimately define you? Will it be the tough moments, the times things fell apart, the failures that temporarily rattled you? Or will it be how you responded? Will you rise like Mr. Lincoln and declare through your actions that no difficulty can shatter a spirit that refuses to break? Don't pray for an easier life. Pray for the strength to live a meaningful one. A life of purpose, impact, and deep significance demands your resilience. It demands your persistence, and it richly rewards unwavering commitment to the journey. Keep moving forward, one step, one challenge at a time. Let the world bring whatever it will. You're not here to collapse. You're here to build, to learn, to rise. And in the end, when you reflect back, you won't regret the hardships. You'll cherish them, because it was through those hardships that you uncovered your true power. Resilience transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary legends. Let it transform you into the legend you're meant to be, avoiding the comparison trap. The instant you start comparing yourself to others, you surrender your power. You devalue your unique worth. You cloud the vision that's meant only for you. What was once a sharp, clear path becomes shrouded in doubt, distraction, and discontent. Grasp this firmly. Your journey is exclusively yours. No one else has walked your exact road, faced your specific battles, or carried your particular dreams. Therefore, no one else's timeline or milestones should ever determine your value. Ray Kroc, the driving force behind McDonald's massive worldwide expansion, lived this principle. When he first encountered the small hamburger stand operated by the McDonald brothers, he didn't waste energy comparing himself to other restaurateurs or wondering if he could ever match their results. He wasn't focused on what others were doing, he was locked in on what he could create. He saw enormous potential where others saw just a basic burger place, and he pursued that potential with laser-like intensity. Mr. Kroc built an empire not by looking around, but by looking straight ahead, eyes fixed on his own mission rather than anyone else's metrics. That's precisely why he triumphed. BRC. Comparison is a thief. It steals your peace. It fogs your thinking. It sabotages your forward motion. When you judge yourself by others' standards, you're playing an unfair game. You only see their polished highlights, never their hidden struggles. You see the final outcomes, not the long, gritty road. And by doing so, you lose sight of the fact that your own path is unfolding in its own perfect timing. And you fixate on someone else's schedule, you abandon yours. You fall out of alignment. You start pursuing targets that were never truly meant for you. Eventually, you end up drained, frustrated, and directionless, not because you lacked ability, but because you stopped being authentically you. A reason for being here isn't to equal or exceed others, it's to become the fullest, boldest, most genuine version of yourself. That version doesn't grow through comparison, it grows through creation. Measure your growth only against who you were yesterday. That's the single company, comparison that holds any value. Did you improve? Did you gain wisdom? Did you move nearer to your true purpose? If yes, then you're winning, even if nobody else has noticed yet. Don't allow envy to pull you away from excellence. Don't let someone else's chapter 20 make you question your chapter 2. The road is long, and true greatness often starts quietly in obscurity with no applause. But if you keep building, keep improving, keep believing, the rewards will arrive. Be patient with your own progress. Be fierce with your focus. And above all, stay faithful to your unique path. Success isn't won by racing someone else's course. It's won by completing your own with honesty, passion, and deep purpose. So take back your power. Return your attention to center. Quiet the external noise. Shut the comparison trap firmly. Every time the urge to compare hits, stop, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, I am not here to compete. I am here to create. Let your journey unfold exactly as intended. Let your personal growth be your true measure. Let your own vision, not the world's expectations, define what success means for you. Because here's the deeper truth. When you finally stop comparing, you finally begin truly living. And in that liberated space, your authentic greatness will emerge. Continuous learning and adaptability. Life doesn't reward rigidity. It rewards those who stay curious, flexible, and devoted to ongoing growth. The world is always changing, and those who reach the highest levels aren't the ones who fight change. They're the ones who evolve alongside it. Henry Ford, born into humble circumstances, wasn't given success. He earned it through an endless hunger to learn, improve, and innovate. Mr. Ford refused to accept things as they were. He envisioned what could be, then acquired whatever knowledge was required to make it real. His achievements weren't from one flash of genius. They came from relentless curiosity and absolute commitment to personal growth. He questioned, experimented, studied, and adjusted. Through that approach, he revolutionized not only his own life, but the entire world's view of industry, transportation, and human progress. This same opportunity is open to you. The moment you decide you've learned enough, grown enough, or accomplished enough, that's the moment decline begins. Success isn't fixed, it's fluid. It shifts with the times, and so must you. Never stop broadening your perspective. Read widely, ask probing questions, seek out mentors, challenge your existing beliefs, push beyond familiar limits and enter the unknown with assurance. Growth happens in the unfamiliar. Strength develops in the uncomfortable. Adaptability isn't weakness, it's true wisdom. Adjusting course doesn't mean abandoning your principles, it means refining your approach. The strongest people can pivot sharply while keeping their core purpose intact. They move like water, flowing around any barrier yet still reaching the sea. Life rarely follows the exact plan. Markets change, people evolve. Opportunities appear and disappear. Those who cling desperately to old methods, comfortable routines, or outdated skills get left behind. But you can choose differently. Recognize that learning isn't a temporary stage. It's a lifelong practice. It's the fuel for your continued evolution. Every new insight, every hard lesson, every added skill strengthens your toolkit. It better equips you to handle whatever turns your path takes. Approach each day like an eager student. View every experience, even setbacks, as a classroom. Ask, what is this teaching me? What new strength can I gain? What shift do I need to make? You must also guard against growth's biggest threat, comfort. Comfort whispers that you're already good enough. It lures you into stopping the STR. The effort, the search. But comfort isn't your ally. It's the quiet destroyer of potential. You're designed for more. You're meant to keep learning, changing, becoming. Every time you choose growth over ease, you become more capable, more resilient, more powerful. Embrace the process. Take the course. Read the book. Ask the difficult questions. Make the needed changes. Release what no longer helps you. Create room for what will lift you higher. Your future belongs not to those who already know everything, but to those willing to keep learning everything. Adapt, grow, rise, because in learning you lead, in adapting you master your fate, and the world opens to those who never stop becoming greater. Harnessing passion and purpose. Passion is the lifeblood of enduring success. It's the hidden flame that powers your entire journey, the energy that turns the impossible into something achievable. Without passion, every task feels heavy, every hurdle seems insurmountable. But when passion sits at the heart of your efforts, everything transforms. Helen Keller stands as one of history's most powerful examples. Blind and deaf from early childhood, her world was silence and darkness. Yet she refused to accept limitation. She refused to surrender. Fueled by a fierce desire to connect, to learn, to contribute, she became an emblem of courage, resilience, and purpose. Miss Keller didn't merely survive, she flourished. She became a celebrated author, speaker, and inspiration to millions worldwide. The driving force behind her victory was passion, passion for understanding, for expression, for lifting others up, no matter the obstacles. That identical force lives inside you. You may face different trials, but you have your own. To transcend them, to rise, to lead, to create a deeply fulfilling life, you must uncover what sets your soul on fire. Ask yourself honestly, what makes you feel truly alive? What activity could you lose yourself in for hours without noticing time pass? What cause or mission fills you with deep excitement, meaning, and drive? That's your passion. That's your true calling. Once you find it, your reality shifts. Tasks that once seemed boring now carry profound purpose. Long hours energize rather than drain. Obstacles turn into intriguing challenges rather than dead ends. You no longer need outside motivation. Your inner purpose propels you forward. You become magnetic, intensely focused, fully alive. Passion elevates ordinary individuals into extraordinary ones. It supplies the endurance to continue when others stop. It provides courage to risk, to stand apart, to pursue what others label impossible. But passion isn't usually found by accident. It must be sought and chosen. Sometimes it's obvious and loud, other times it's a quiet whisper. You might need to experiment, fail a few times, dig deep to reveal it. But once discovered, hold it tightly. Commit fully to it. Structure your life around it. When distractions or outside pressures try to pull you away, return to your passion. Let it guide every major decision. Let it influence your work, your relationships, your contributions. Let it fill your days with genuine joy and deep significance. The most accomplished people aren't always those with the greatest resources. They're those with the strongest inner fire. That fire lets them endure what others avoid. It drives them when reason says quit. It renders them truly unstoppable. So refuse to settle. Don't dull yourself with easy comfort or mindless distraction. Discover your passion and pour everything into it. Because with real passion, no goal is beyond reach. With passion, you don't merely survive, you thrive. You inspire, you lead, you live completely. Let your purpose act as the powerful magnet drawing you onward. Let your heart pound with the rhythm of something truly meaningful. And as you chase your calling with full passion, the world will notice, not because you chased approval, but because your light will become impossible to overlook. The power of positive thinking. Your mind is your greatest asset. It's not just a storage place for thoughts, it's an active creator of your reality. What you think repeatedly, you eventually become. What you focus on consistently, you attract. The external world you experience is a direct mirror of the inner world you build. Norman Vincent Peale understood this deeply. Through his writings and teachings, he promoted positive thinking not as naive wishfulness, but as a practical, transformative force. His ideas helped countless individuals break free from self-doubt, fear, and stagnation simply by changing their internal conversation from defeat to possibility. Positive thinking isn't soft or weak. It's disciplined strength. It's a deliberate way to navigate life with intention and toughness. When you develop a consistently positive outlook, you start reshaping your reality. Problems stop looking like permanent barriers and become temporary stepping stones. Setbacks turn into useful lessons. Failure shifts from final verdict to helpful feedback. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this here to teach me?" This small mental shift releases tremendous power. Thoughts aren't passive, they're energetic. They influence your words, choices, actions, and ultimately your outcomes. A mind filled with negativity always finds excuses to quit. A mind grounded in positivity always finds ways to continue. Positive thinking aligns you with solutions. It unlocks creativity, endurance, and trust. It draws people who match your energy. It opens opportunities that doubt would have kept closed. This doesn't mean life suddenly becomes FO. Positive thinking isn't about pretending pain doesn't exist or ignoring harsh realities. It's about meeting both with genuine strength and forward-looking hope. It's seeing light even in dark times. It's walking through difficulty believing something better awaits. Choose your thoughts carefully like a skilled artisan choosing tools. Don't allow fear, comparison, or negativity permanent space in your mind. They don't belong where dreams are built. Start each day setting a strong mental tone. Use affirmations. Visualize achievement. Surround yourself with uplifting words, people, and habits that reinforce possibility. Guard your mind fiercely. It's your most precious resource. When negative thoughts appear, and they will, don't accept them unchallenged. Replace them. Redirect them. Reclaim your focus. Tell yourself firmly, this is not how my story ends. Your inner world shapes your outer one. If you want a brighter future, begin constructing it first in your thoughts. See yourself as capable, worthy, strong, abundant. Long before external evidence appears, the people who transformed history weren't those with easiest paths. They were those who believed they could succeed even when nobody else did, even against overwhelming odds. You possess that exact same capability. Use it. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your life, your legacy, your future. Build with belief, build with purpose, build with positivity. The future belongs to those who believe in it deeply, and when you believe strongly enough, the world has no option but to align with your vision. Let your thoughts guide you there, taking decisive action. Knowledge by itself doesn't transform lives. Dreams, no matter how powerful or detailed, don't create success alone. What truly separates dreamers from achievers is one essential quality: decisive action. Throughout history, those who left lasting marks weren't always the smartest or most naturally talented, but they were bold. They acted while others overthought. They advanced while others waited. And through that consistent movement, they shaped their own destinies. Amelia Earhart embodies this brilliantly. She didn't merely dream about flying, she flew. In an era when women were actively discouraged from aviation, she climbed into the cockpit anyway. Her bold actions broke barriers and inspired countless others. She didn't wait for universal approval. She acted, and by acting decisively, she etched her name permanently into history. You also carry dreams. You have knowledge. But none of it matters unless you put it into motion. The world doesn't reward intentions. It rewards execution. Hesitation kills progress. The longer you delay, the more room fear gets to expand. Doubt grows. Opportunities slip away. Momentum fades. The cure is decisiveness, clear assessment, firm choice, immediate forward movement, even when everything isn't perfectly lined up. Because perfect conditions almost never arrive. Waiting for total certainty quietly destroys dreams. Small actions count. Every step, however modest, lays another brick in your foundation. One call, one decision, one courageous conversation, these compound into massive results. Make swift action your default habit. When inspiration strikes, move. When opportunity appears, seize it. Let decisiveness become your greatest ally, the force that prevents drifting and endless delay. You're the author of your story, but only action moves the pen. Choose boldly. Act quickly. Trust that even stumbles keep you progressing. Each step provides feedback. Each choice hones your judgment. This is how real growth occurs. This is how true confidence develops. The most successful aren't those who never failed. They are those who refuse to stay paralyzed. They chose to act again and again. You were not meant to live timidly. You're meant to live deliberately. Let your life be defined not by caution, but by consistent forward motion. In the end, it's not your intentions that define you, it's your actual deeds. Be decisive, take action, shape your life on your own terms. The journey to personal excellence begins right now. Embrace your unique path, set bold, clear goals. Build unbreakable resilience, reject all comparison, stay adaptable and committed to growth, ignite and follow your deepest passion, maintain disciplined, positive thinking, and above all, act decisively. Your future is waiting for the bold steps only you can take. You possess the full power to craft your destiny. It's time to turn your focus completely inward and build the extraordinary life you truly deserve. Are you ready to start your journey? The greatest accomplishments are within your reach. Seize this moment. Let your light burn brightly, inspiring everyone around you as you rise.